We're here at AirVenture Oshkosh, down in my favorite area of the show, the Ultralight area, where we've come to see a pretty real ultralight and a brand new one that I've not seen before. I'm Dan Johnson talking with James Weeby from Belite Aircraft. James, what are we sitting in front of here? I mean, I see a name behind us here that the camera's probably catching. What is this thing?
Well, this is our new ultralight offering called the Skydock, and what it is a low-cost aircraft designed so that people can easily build it and get into their place into the sky.
Very cool, and it's such a departure from what you've done before.
Yes.
First of all, the wing's not where it should be. It's down low. Well, I guess that depends on your perspective, but what was your thinking there with a completely different shape?
Well, first of all, I don't like low-wing aircraft,
You don't
so
like
I had to
low-wing
adjust my own mind. No, we just wanted to have something where all the elements fit together, which meant reducing parts, complexity, build time, and making it easier to get it done and up into the air. So I went low-wing because that eliminated a lot of the cabin work. I went with tricycle gear because that meant that everybody could fly. We went with foam and carbon fiber because that meant that it could be light and fit into Part 103.
This is a 103 project,
this
then,
is a
like your other
103.
ones have been, okay?
You betcha. And then we used some stuff that we've used on other airplanes that's worked really well for us. So we just picked all the pieces that would make it work well together.
Now, when we were reviewing the airplane earlier, James, you said that I'm looking at what I see as quite a bit of carbon fiber in all my field of view here, but you're saying it's not just carbon fiber, it's got all the right parts, huh?
Yep, because the rear fuselage is real three-dimensional. It works real well to put carbon fiber on the foam. The tail feathers are CNC cut foam with aluminum. Cheap, and we've tested them at over 500 pounds of carrying capacity. The wings are spars with wood ribs because wood ribs are easy and inexpensive to cut, and that's nature's composite. So in every case, we just kept picking the lowest cost and best solution that would work in this application.
Well, you know, a lot of people, when we use the word composite, they instantly think plastic, which is not necessarily plastic. It's fiberglass and Kevlar and things like that. But composite doesn't really mean that. It means all different kinds of things.
Yep.
And you're using just about everything you could possibly use in there, aren't you?
That's right. Always driven by using the correct technology or product for the application within the airplane.
Well, speaking of technology and the right ones, as I look over your shoulder here, one of the things that caught my attention, besides the distinctive look and a different look for Belite, was an electric motor up front, which I recall when we first met, you were walking around with some carbon fiber in your hand and said you were going to build an electric airplane.
That had been my dream from the time that I started Belite, to do electric. I mean, my background's electrical engineering. I love the idea of electric, but I kept waiting, and I noticed a year or two ago at Oshkosh that the buzz on electric just got louder and louder, more people talking about it. So it's like, okay, the market's doing the work of letting the world know this is coming. Now it's time to show them what we can do, that it's easy to do electric in Part 103 or in low-end experimental. No big deal.
Well, actually, you know, we've been writing about that the light aircraft are where electric can work first. There was a project to do an electric-powered 172, and in my mind, that's the wrong project because the airplane was never intended for that. You'd need so much battery to make it work. You'd have a 20-minute flight time or something. It's just the wrong project. Nothing wrong with the airplane, but it's the wrong project. This looks like the right project.
Yeah, we wanted to have an airplane that would have a lower speed, low drag, cut the drag. Ignoring the open cockpit, we did everything we could to cut drag out of the airframe so it would work well at low speeds with the electric motor. That's what we were trying to do.
So very cool. The thing catches my eye in a variety of ways, but one that you can't see here that's very interesting is, well, let's call it your funding source. Now, I think if people are watching this on their computer, if they haven't heard of Kickstarter or Indiegogo or some of those things, well, they just haven't been paying attention. Kickstarter is a very big deal, and you're tapping into this for what I think is the first project I'm aware of in aviation.
Yeah, that's right. Kickstarter was an idea that I had. It's like, why don't we go take a look at Kickstarter? Because we can expand our market by turning away from the choir and preaching to the entire rest of the world. There's a lot of people out there who are very interested in electric airplane technologies. They're following things like the solar thing that's flying around.
Right.
They know the guy just flew across the English Channel using the same kind of motors we did in our electric airplanes. And some of those guys are very interested in these developments, yet they're not plugged into our community. So we figured it would expand our potential market by a factor of 10 and draw them into our community by going there first. So we did.
And I think that's a wonderful idea. You're right about the English Channel crossing. I got a huge response when I wrote about that, far beyond what we commonly get, because I think it appeals to people outside of our little sandbox here. We love all our friends in aviation, some of the best people I've ever met here, but there's just not enough of us. We need to reach out further, and we've done a pretty lousy job of that.
Yeah.
So good for you for, even if they don't get involved with flying the airplane, why can't they participate in seeing something come to life like this?
It's evangelism.
Now you had an early first response to this too, right?
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
Well, we just set a very modest goal for ourselves of $60,000 on Kickstarter, and we just turned it on yesterday late in the evening, and we're already up to $5,000.
Is that right?
So yeah, I'm giving Kickstarter 2 big thumbs up.
All right, it does work, and you can reach out to, billions of people, I guess.
Yeah.
All those that care to go look at it can find you pretty easily there. How do they go about that? You've told us quite a bit about this. You've got a whole range of other products. You've got an instrument line. I don't know when you find time to sleep, but presuming you do that once in a while. When you're not paying attention, where do people go to find you on the web?
It's real easy. BeliteAircraft.com. You can click on the Kickstarter project. It brings you around to any of the other things on our website.
Okay, so the Kickstarter they can find on Belite.com right there as well.
There, easy to do.
Okay. When do you think we're going to see Skydock get in the air?
We're planning a first flight for next week.
Next week? Wow. Okay, you're that far along on it then.
Yeah, we were planning to fly before the show. Just didn't get there.
It's hard to get all that done on a hard deadline like
Yeah.
this. And then, okay, so you fly it. If things turn out right, when could somebody get one?
On Kickstarter, we're telling them they'll get their kits in December.
This year, though?
This year.
All right, that's
correct.
a fantastic, fast development, James.
Yeah, I have a reputation for working those quick programs, so no sleep.
No sleep, I guess. We'll get enough sleep anyway, so we'll be following you as you continue to work with the Skydock here. Get all the information you need from Belite Aircraft on the website. You can find lots more about all kinds of affordable aviation on BuyDanJohnson.com. Thanks for joining James Wiebe and myself here in the Ultralight area of AirVenture Oshkosh.